Hello and welcome. Today, we're digging into a super practical guide for executives from Virtualization Options LLC, a Colorado-based technology research and advisory group. We're going to break down their report on how to build an absolutely essential tool for today's world, an AI ethics checklist.
So let's just jump right in with the big question that every single leader should be asking themselves right now. Is the AI you're using actually a major risk to your business?
Because the stakes, they're incredibly high. Just look at this number, $1.2 billion. That's how much has been shelled out in global regulatory fines for AI misuse in 2024. And that's just so far. It's a huge figure that shows you regulators are absolutely not messing around.
And it's not just about the government fines. The court of public opinion can be even tougher. We've seen a 65% spike in media reports about AI causing reputational damage since 2020. That is a massive increase in public scrutiny.
All that bad press has a very real impact on the bottom line. Right now, 42% of consumers are saying they just don't trust services that use AI. And as we all know, when that trust disappears, your customers aren't far behind.
Okay, so with risks that big, how on earth is a company supposed to navigate all this? Well, the guide from Virtualization Options LLC lays out a really clear roadmap for doing AI responsibly.
And the core solution they propose is this really practical tool called an AI ethics checklist. The best way to think of it is as your step-by-step guide to make sure you're building fairness, transparency, and accountability into your AI from the very start to the very end.
And let's be clear, this is not about getting lost in some abstract, philosophical debate. Not at all. This checklist is designed to be a hands-on, actionable tool. It takes you right past the theory and gives you a concrete set of questions and requirements you can use from the first brainstorming session all the way to after you've launched. So, let's see what this thing is actually built on. The whole checklist is grounded in what the report calls the 6 principles of trust.
Yep, this whole framework stands on these 6 pillars, all of them designed to help you create AI that everyone, your customers, your employees, and the regulators, can actually trust. They are fairness, transparency, accountability, privacy, safety and security, and of course, human oversight.
Let's just zoom in on a few of the really key ones. First up, fairness. This is all about being proactive. Making sure your systems don't just repeat, or even worse, amplify the biases that already exist in society. It's about making sure everyone gets a fair shake.
And if you think this is just a theoretical problem, check this out. When fairness gets ignored, a biased algorithm can lead to things like qualified minority applicants getting rejected for a mortgage. This isn't just a data point. It has a massive impact on people's actual lives.
Okay, the second principle we're going to highlight is transparency. This one's all about prying open that AI black box. It means making the how and the why behind an AI's decisions easy to understand, not just for the tech wizards, but for everybody involved.
And here's why that's so critical. Transparency isn't just for your customers. It's an absolutely essential tool for your own internal governance and for making sure you can pass any external audits that come your way.
And finally, let's talk about human oversight. This principle is simple but powerful. It ensures that a real person, a human being, is still in the loop, especially when the decisions are sensitive or could have a really big impact.
And man, is this important. It's your safety net. By making sure we don't just blindly trust the algorithm, you cut down the risk of automated screw-ups. It's about making sure that for the stuff that really matters, there's always a common sense check from a real person.
Okay, great. So we've got the principles, they make sense, but how does a company actually take these ideas and, make them real? Let's talk about the how-to. The guide from Virtualization Options LLC breaks it down into a really clear 4-step process. You start by putting together a diverse team, then you figure out your biggest risks, then you get all your stakeholders involved, and finally, you customize the whole thing so it fits your business perfectly. And the real power here is that this checklist can be adapted. It is not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. For a bank, you can use it to hunt for discriminatory lending. In a hospital, it can help verify patient privacy. And in HR, it can be the thing that requires a human review to fight hiring bias. And here's the best part. This stuff works, and you can measure it. Companies that use a checklist like this see a 78% pass rate on their first review, they catch 92% of potential issues before anything goes live, and they see their user trust scores go up. I mean, those are some seriously powerful results. So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway for the people in charge? The guide is crystal clear on this. The main message is that the responsibility for ethical AI has to start at the very top. This is not some problem you can just push down the org chart. This needs executive-level ownership, period.
And honestly, I think this quote just nails it. You can't delegate ethics to your tech teams and just walk away. It demands a visible, real commitment from the very highest levels of the company. It has to be part of the culture.
So at the end of the day, this guide from Virtualization Options LLC leaves every leader out there with one final, very powerful question to think about. When you really look at your own company, is your AI building trust or is it breaking it?